Where's the bag?
Boop, boop, boop.
I left in the room.
Oh man, he used the old one too. Cool. It's actually not Trex. It's gonna be a private dancer. I'm here with Wheezy, Ben Dunhadded, and Blitz. Is that your full IGN Blitz?
It's just Blitz. I gotta change it. It's just Blitz. My IGN is regular Blitz.
Where are we going? All right, so we're gonna be doing some scrims as well as some caster practice tonight. If you guys apologize already because my voice is done from this weekend. Whoever that is.
Yeah, you Blitz.
I think it is. Your mic is super sensitive, so you wanna. So right now it's gonna be Ben Dunhadded on analyst, and it's gonna be Wheezy on play-by-play. So if you're not gonna be casting, can we let's mute the mic until we actually get to till we get out of the game. I need to hurry up and rush this right now. Make sure all these dudes are in.
I'm going live now too.
Hey, what's going on, Ignacio? Shake. It's the super potato. It sure is. Not so super right now. I gotta stop talking so much. This is God's way of telling me. Shut up. Give my voice a rest. All right, let me go ahead and make this lobby, guys. Tonight's gonna be the Huevo versus I am not even sure. The Huevo's been really big about trying to get practice in, so I'm really eager to see what they do within this next year with our events that are coming up. 5v5.
Okay. I'm gonna join from my computer, so you guys could just pull me back up again. Appreciate it.
Okay. Central. What are the... All right, let me get this ready. Scrims.
You're invited to tournament lobby, right?
Yeah, I'm about to. Do you have me added?
You said Wheezy, he'll invite you.
Yeah, I'll add Ben in.
The Huevo.
Blitz is back in the voice chat. In a different voice chat.
Okay. Official contest, yes. And then we're gonna go to apply for right now. Throw this up here. Let me get Wheezy in here first. There he is. And then let me get the homie in here. Where is this dude?
I got you, Ben.
Yeah.
Is it Law? I think it's Law. I might be wrong.
Oh, Weibo! What's that mean? Like eggs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or like
what's up, Minko? I appreciate you. I was gonna say I feel like it means something else too. It's gonna be one way or the other for them. Let's see what Huevo they are today.
What are the servers again? All right, we
That's
got
an NA rep for M4. I'm hoping to see the reps that we've seen in NASL or NACT and NASL. So I think they did really good. What do you think?
Private tell
Yo, Private, you seen these teams play before?
Yes, I have.
Any
OTS has impeached Wheezy. What, the background?
Any background on these teams you can pass me? You know.
Oh no, we're just kind of trying to get the normal vibe from they competed in the NACT.
Yeah.
I think they got knocked out top 32. Oh, they went against freaking the Valley.
They got taken out by the Valley. They have.
Yeah.
Oh, they used to have my jungler from OTS is on their team now, but I don't know. I guess he's not playing today.
They usually try to flex around with who they throw on there. Like I think they flex around the roam, they flex around the jungle sometimes too, to see because they've got a full 9 people on their team.
Okay.
Allowed to use DDP on apply. All right, so we're just waiting for the other team to kind of get in here. So biggest things here is you guys kind of creating that flow between each other, and Wheezy, I think we've talked about it before. Bring that energy up and then bring it back down before you pass it off to back to Ben and stuff like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, and you guys are probably some of the top ones in here anyway. So as far as like casting and needing little work, I still need to grab Blaze in here, huh?
Is there any chance NA will have a first NPL after NACT? Of course. Did you see that? If we don't get NPL after that, I don't know what it would take. That was almost, I would say, the most perfect NA tournament we've ever had.
I mean, they didn't perform bad. They got knocked out. What was it? Top 4?
Here,
I forgot where they got knocked out, but it was right in the lower bracket. They didn't do horrible, but they didn't do good enough to get to M4, unfortunately. All right, we're just waiting for these guys. Let me ask them.
Probably any thoughts on that game 4?
Of NASL or NACT?
Yo.
I mean,
Quavo versus who?
it was interesting.
I'm finding out right now. So this is something too. Like I was telling you as well, Blitz. Don't worry about the ultimate names. Waka no show. Wait, are they for real?
Uh-oh.
What about OTS?
I can check.
Yeah, hold on.
I gotta swap to my Discord real quick. I'll be right back.
Yep.
NA, man.
Yeah, they already know. They like bring out OTS. They hungry.
OTS.
Yeah, you need badly the face cam requirement after the Vendetta fiasco. I'm not sure if you need a Vendetta or if you need a face cam, but we do need the moderators to check after the games. But do you know how much work that is? After every single game, a moderator is going to have to check their phones and check their screenshots and stuff like that. It's just it's a lot of time that has to be done with that. It's just it can be frustrating.
Yeah, I did it, Angelo. I did it, bro. I mean, we could do another one.
Oh, look at him, bro! I love this. OTS, y'all moved up a space in my heart for my list. Fucking ready on a moment's ready on a moment's notice. They're like, what? Y'all need a scrim? Let's fucking go. I like this.
Want the smoke.
Okay, that's good. So we do have a scrim coming up right now. So we're gonna go, like I said, guys, if you don't know, I'm Private Dancer. We're gonna go ahead and have we've got Blitz in the house, Steph Wheezy in the house. We've also got Ben Dunn Haddid. If you guys are in the in any of our chats, go ahead and throw your socials down in there as well. But they're gonna go ahead and get some practicing in right now. Let me make sure that these dudes are in the OTS
pull them up.
server
Channel.
Yep, I will. Let me do one thing at a time here. OTS server. What's there? Oh, I can ask Wheezy probably. Boop, boop, boop.
I think the Valley is BTK plus a couple of Ghosted members.
There we go. There we go.
So where's OTS from?
Most of them are east.
All right, so we're going to Central server.
Yeah, they'll be fine on Central. I always run Central when I'm playing with them. NPL prediction.
They're both east. Okay.
Who will be champ? I'm hoping the Valley. That's what I'm going for. I got to rep NA, baby.
Yeah, baby.
That way we can be the best server in the world. And then I'm going to start commenting in all these streamers' streams. Talking about how we're the best server.
All right, guys, give your last farewell to your chat for a moment. Blitz, if you could mute for a moment. We're going to go ahead and get into this game. And as soon as I start it, you guys are just going to go live for it. All right?
All right, cool. All right, guys, appreciate you on the chat. We're going to get into casting now.
Oh, let me throw this up here, though, too. I want to make sure.
I'm going to hide myself from the camera so you guys can get the full screen. And
OTS
I'll also share my live on Discord.
All right, this should be good.
All right, guys, and we are jumping into it. We've got OTS versus Huevo. Two familiar teams. I've definitely played with each and every one of them, even in just general gaming. So these players are trying to prepare for the next level. Today is going to be a best of 5. Over on the blue side, we've got Yuki, Weeping, Durza, Rito, and Wu versus Rim, Executioner, Alfred, Honey Mustard, and Ark, also known as 1804. Whew, what are you looking forward to seeing inside of game 1, Ben?
Well, I'm kind of gonna pick your brain on this, Weezy, because this is your squad. You know their picks. You know Honey's gonna be on Rome, so I'm looking for him to go Kai. Kai's instantly banned. So I think these guys have a little bit of history. I think we're gonna see a lot of fighter priority and ban because you know that Martis, that Leo, things like that are really strong. So I'm ready to see a Martis come on the XP lane. Maybe some Fanny jungle. I don't know these teams too well. What more can you add to it?
I hope I can see a Martis. One of my favorite heroes.
Yeah,
Not picked enough. I will say, like you said, with the history of both of these teams, just for a little bit of lore, a little bit of background, both of these teams competed in NACT fall season. OTS was taken out by Ackerman, those who know Zia's team, and then Huevo was taken out by the Valley. So both of these teams went against possibly some of the hardest contenders NACT had to offer, but they didn't go out with the easy fight. So I think we got a match on our hands right now. For OTS, there is a little bit of a roster change. We got some new additions on the team. We got Rim slotted in the Mage, and we also have Executioner, who's taken my spot in the XP lane. So that could have been me. But looking at that band, you see that Fanny? Yeah, man, I miss it. But, you know, we're officially getting into casting, and I wouldn't want it any other way. So there goes that Fanny band. We see the Kai, we see the Diggy taken out. Oh, there it goes. I was about to ask, do we see the Atlas?
Yeah, I never think it would slip through. Atlas is so strong with initiation from so far away, and he just matches up with a lot of different sets. And he just doesn't have that one pass through with the mobility, and then he gets set. He can also like flicker at any point and make a huge set for the team to fight around. It gives him a lot of variability throughout the jungle, making picks in the bushes for skirmishes, but also big team fights. So it's not a big surprise to see Atlas banned first. When we watched the NACT, he was at the top of the ban list every time. Now the Akai and the Fanny instantly banned, so I think these two teams really know each other. So what would you say is probably like the win condition for OTS, Weezy? What do you guys need to do to like win?
Well, I would say definitely sometimes they have a harder time in lane syncage when you get the heavy objectives such as like the Luminous Lord. So as long as they know how to handle the early game, I think they've got that down. They just need to make sure they shout call, you know, throughout the little objectives to kind of snowball and get that lead. But I will say, looking at these bans right now, you see Frederick being taken out. We haven't seen a Valentina, and we have not seen the Faramis ban.
Yeah, I don't think those are like the priority for these guys, but in my games they are for sure. So I'm definitely not on these guys' level. But we haven't seen the Martis ban, we haven't seen the Leo ban, but I do think those will be in contention. And leaving, I think these new bans, like the Fredge one, I don't really get the Fredge one here, right? Because I think it hasn't been really executed at a high level. And so I was looking for a Valentina there, and then the Gushin comes right away. So I'm gonna look for like a Lilia mid here, but the Valentina's on the deck as well. So that might be the trade of the pick. And then we've got to see Martis or Leo in here. I'm really expecting him to come through. Jungle or EXP?
Now, the rise of Gushin this season has been insane. Very hard to deal with, and I'm really glad that was kind of banned out. It's like, even with full magic defense, he still has an easy time getting through that and getting that kill. So definitely a force that neither side wants to kind of go against. But speaking about going against, Rito locking in the Valentina.
Now, is Rito their jungler, or is this their mage playing with jungle emblem? What does this look like?
Now, I will say a lot of them are flex players, so they can play multiple roles. But from my experience, Rito is the XP lane. So maybe he just locked that in and it's going to do a possible swap. Or maybe we do see a Valentina in the XP lane. But you never know. I guess that's one of the good things with the flex picking capabilities.
That's pretty troll in my opinion. But there's the Faramis, just like you were talking about, and then the Grok to lock in. I know Honey Mustard's Grok. I played against it in the Vegas weekend when we were playing around afterwards. He was doing such crazy things. Him and Pika kept trading off on that. I was actually hoping to see the Faramis locked in with like an Estus or something, to see that kind of like that blacklist meta coming over to NA and people trying it out. But I think Hylos is really strong right now as well. And I don't think we'll see a Franco. That seems like a little bit of a troll pick, but I think Hylos really cuts off the engage that Faramis and Grok can offer and gives also engage and disengage opportunities. He can turn that either way.
Now, looking at the side of OTS with the Faramis and the Grok being slotted, that's letting us know that, Grok could kind of be a flex pick, but I'm expecting that to be locked in by Honey Mustard on the roam, which means we're going to see a Faramis mid. And there we go! He heard you, Ben. He's predicted the future. Martis has been picked up and possibly placed in the jungle.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. I just played a Martis a few games ago, and he absolutely dominated. And it wasn't so much his lane phase that really dominated, so I'm glad to see him in the jungle here. He'll be free to walk... Wait. And then he changes it. They hear me, and they make me a fool immediately. So I think we are going to see it in lane. Do you know if Weeping... You said they're flex pickers, but does Weeping normally go in the jungle, or is he an XP laner?
See, Weeping is a little bit new for me on this team, so I'm not entirely sure. I think Weeping and Woo are a little bit new to the team, so I'm excited to see which position they play Martis in. But from experience, I feel like he's strongest either in the jungle or the EXP lane, but I think it's maybe going to be conditioned based off of what OTS drafts.
This is super interesting. So the Valentina can still the Faramis ult. So I don't really like picking Faramis into the Valentina if you're giving them the Faramis ult when they want it. So essentially the pick is null, and Valentina is going to win the lane. So I don't really like following a Valentina with a Faramis. I think that was a couple of mistakes made in some big tier games that we saw, and it was like, oh, we're actually just giving them a Faramis ultimate. I like Irithel here because that's going to give them a lot of mobility away from the Martis, because Honey and the Faramis, they're not going to be stopping this Martis. He's going to charge straight through, and the Ghost is, I think, is a good pick so he can get away. Interested to see how the Claude works in comparison to that. I do think the Irithel stronger than lane, right? And that Claude's going to bring that late game. But I think this sets OTS up with a little bit of an early game advantage. What do you think?
Yeah, it could possibly work in their favor. The only issue I'm seeing on the side of OTS right now is early game damage. When you slot that Faramis in the mid lane, he's actually still a support. You can still go the full magic build on him though for some damage, but just not going to be able to do enough to possibly get some kills. So we're going to have to see some good synergy, some good shout calling and rotations on their side to be able to pull it off. They did slot in the Irithel against the Claude. I do like that. I feel like I would rather have the Irithel on my side. Especially you're throwing a Claude with the Blazing Duet into a Faramis's Cult Altar, which is kind of, both undoing each other. So, but the key question is Valentina on Rito. We've seen teams pick up Valentina expecting it to go one way, and it goes a totally different direction. So he does have some ultimates that works in his favor. I would definitely say picking up Faramis's ult, the Cult Altar, will be the best option. But there we go, Executioner taking up the Ruby.
Yeah, that adds a lot of zone control in the middle of these team fights. Going to be able to give Irithel even more space to work in. The problem is Martis doesn't care. He's going to run straight through anyway, and buffed up with the Hylos' speed, it's going to be a really quick engage. And also anything you're picking for yourself, you're also kind of giving over to Valentina. Now Tig is an interesting one. I think that's a bit of a troll. I don't think I would see that, but it's interesting to me that both of these teams let Melissa go so far through the draft and ended up not picking her. So I think Melissa could have been a great counter to a lot of these picks that they've set up, but maybe, do you know if either team's not comfortable with it, or how do you think it's fallen in meta, or what?
I think Melissa not being slotted on the side of OTS, I guess it could work against the Claude, but when they have that Martis able to get into that bubble with not being able to be immune to CC, definitely works in his favor against it, and maybe that's why they didn't slot it. But we do see Hylos being picked up. We see Wu on the Rafaela. I'm assuming this is going to be a Hylos jungle, comboed with that support. Now, looking on the side of OTS, though, they went very beefy. You got Ruby, you got Grok, and then you also have some sustainability from the support provided by the mid lane Faramis. Now, that also means they're going to be lacking damage. In terms of damage on their side, looks like they're going to be more, for win conditions, focusing on Irithel, making sure the marksman stays alive so that she can do the damage needed for the game. And there we go. Alfred locking in Ling.
Yeah, absolutely. So Ling's going to provide that damage, but what I really love about Ling is he can offer split push threat, and he's so mobile. He can get across the Lord, and what we just saw in the NACT finals, he can really contest Lord no matter what state of the map they find themselves in. I think it's a really good pick for where they're at, where they're missing a lot of damage, it adds high mobility, and also gives them good backdoor win conditions. Like, Ling can change the game. I've never seen Alfred on Ling, but I expect these teams to be playing at the top level. I'm really curious to see what Ling can do in this matchup to get away from these team fights, because I think right now, 5v5 straight up, I prefer Mama's draft over OTS. What do you think about the 5v5 straight up, Weezy?
Like we said, it's conditioned based on protecting the marksman and not allowing the assassin jungle to be invaded. Usually when you see more of that beefier jungle against that assassin jungle, the beefier side likes to invade. So I will say OTS has the potential for some good zonage. They have set capabilities, they have sustainability as well. But like we said, the problem may be their damage. They have to allow the marksman to outscale the Claude and get that farm. So maybe a little bit more protection in the gold lane and also protecting their squishier jungler.
Yeah, so we thought we were expecting a high-low jungle here, but actually seeing a Martis come out, and I actually like that because I think Martis' lane phase is not where he shines, right? I do think this is a race to the gold lane, though. Who can impact the gold lane more? We do have a bit of a little skirmish in mid lane.
It looks like both sides just playing it safe, trying to get a little bit of gold, possibly prepping to get that level 4 before the Turtle Blade. But there we go, a little bit of an invade already. Rito going toward the red buff, going for that creep. Will he be able to secure it? You do see a possible clash going in. Rim trying to get some pill on the side of Huevo. But look at how much pressure they are providing from Huevo right now. You do see Executioner trying to go in for a little bit of pill, but allowing Rito to go in for this red buff. Will he be able to secure it? You do see Ling possibly going in. Can he get the Retry play? And Retry, it has been pulled off by Rito, taking the red buff from Alfred.
Yeah, and Mama just pushed them. Oh, goodness, a first blood right in the mid lane. Valentina flickers forward and takes Faramis light. I warned that this was going to be a tough matchup because Faramis is weaker in the lane, but also just gives the ultimate over to Valentina. It's really unfortunate for OTS to lose their jungle there in a straight-up fight. They've given what they could have been a little bit of an early game advantage in the gold lane over in the jungle. So I really want to see OTS say, okay, Ling's not going to be our carry early. Focus on Irithel. Get her going early so she can dominate this Claude.
You know, this is what we kind of predicted, especially when you're running that squishier jungler. You're running more of a not early game mage, and you're going against the, the exact opposite. And that's what you want to see from Huevo right now, taking advantage of the draft that they have and utilizing them to the maximum potential. And that's what we've seen. An early still on the red buff, delaying Alfred slightly. So that's just looking good for Huevo. But Turtle has spawned in, and the question is who is going to secure this first major objective?
It seems like with the move down to the bottom lane, they're actually trading the first turtle and giving over for Irithel priority. I think this is a smart move by them, and I actually like giving up turtle early. We see a dive under the turret.
Ooh, you do see the Blazing Duet, but isn't enough to hold off the 3-stack of OTS. You do see Yuki able to escape, and the turtle does go to the side of Huevo.
So not getting that kill is really punishment now for OTS. They gave up first turtle. They didn't get the kill bottom lane. And now Irithel has to back, and she did share a little bit of experience over not getting the last hits on those creeps, right? They didn't do a lot of turret damage, so it's a big loss for OTS in this first 3 minutes of the game. Having oh, goodness. Go ahead, Weezy.
Yeah, you do see a little bit of invasion on the blue buff. Again, stunned on the wall. Alfred trying to escape. Will he be able to get his blue buff? A dependent buff assassin, and he is able to secure it. You do see the call altar being activated, forcing Fu, forcing Weeping on the retreat, but the I'm Offended able to connect for the set and Honey Mustard combo and taking out Wu. Tips of Blade going down. 1804 connecting and taking out Weeping, but they're not done. Yuki with the Blazing Duet. Rito able to take out Executioner and still on the chase for 1804. Will they be able to take him out? You do see that minion in the tower. They are going to try and proxy off that lane. They are doing a little bit of clearance, forcing 1804 to that second tower on the gold side. He needs possibly some help. Looks like he is going to go back in, though, but that trade definitely leaned in the favor for Huevo. They were able to secure a turtle and, still even on the kills for the board.
What I love about that, though, is Irithel got the kill. This is going to set her up for a kill and an assist, whereas the Claude only got an assist. This gives Irithel at least 200, 300 more gold, depending on the role she destroyed, and that's going to boost her in the item. She's now irking a little bit ahead. She got a little bit of the turret plating as well for a little bit of gold, so I think the priority has been placed on Irithel, and I think that's the correct choice from OTS. Now they just have to suffer what they've lost throughout the mid-roam section.
Oh, speaking of OTS, Alfred escaping with barely any HP. Weeping just dealing some serious damage over there with Valentina. Looking at the bottom side, you do see a little bit of vision from Honey Mustard, a 2v2 situation between both teams. You see the support, you see the roam down there and protecting those marksmen. Looking at the top side, we have Executioner using the Ruby. They do have some set potential, but we do see the lane being proxied off by Durza.
Yeah, they've given over complete authority of the middle of the map to Mama. They know that's not where their fight is, and I really like to see them, instead of hovering around this turtle area and saying, oh, we should go in, they're going to do something else to use their time. A little bit of dive on Eartha. Looks like she will be taking out, maybe not. Oh, they do get her in the end.
Rito with the decimation, able to get the kill over there on Arc. Oh man, Honey Mustard not able to get there in time, but also just so much pressure. I will say the focus and objectives right now is definitely there for the side of Huevo. But over on the top side, you do see the 4v1 taking out Durza, which will possibly create some opportunity on the top lane for a tower. Rito taking the mid lane tower.
Yeah, and that's going to break down all of the access to the jungle. Now it's going to be so much easier to invade into that blue and red buff, and this is the punishment for losing that. We may see a little bit of a dive round up here for Irithel. She needs to get out of dodge fast. Faramis is coming to assist.
Now you do see on the bottom side, Rim caught in between the full team of Huevo. Rito able to secure the kill as well, forcing 1804 by himself on the mid tower, which will allow Yuki to take the first tower in the gold lane. But 1804 able to secure a kill over on Wu. The heavy crossbow is just too much to handle, and the support falls for the side of Huevo.
But these kills, although we have so much pressure mounting from Mama and they're rotating over, Irithel seems to snake these kills away, getting the goal where it needs to go. And that's so important for her getting these items early, because if this team fight, you know, who's really peeling here? Hylos, he's engaged or disengaged. He has one stun. Other than that, Irithel's going to run free in this team fight.
Yeah, speaking of Irithel, definitely protect the marksman. That's kind of like protect the president right now for OTS, as that is one of their main damage dealers. Like you said in the beginning during the draft, Alfred on the Ling, the split push capability is what we're going to have to see here. Create some opportunity for your team. So let's go ahead and look at some of the items right now from both sides. You are looking at Valentina going with the CDR route, having some faster skills, some faster cooldown. We're looking at the side of OTS. Your House Class picked up on that Ruby for the sustainability. Probably going to go more of the maybe damage route is what it's looking like, because they have such a beefy competition or composition that they need a little bit more damage. But speaking of damage, we do see a possible clash on the turtle. We've seen Huevo take 2 of them, but will OTS allow them to secure the third? You do see Weeping, you see Durza, you see Wu with the zoners. Rito able to get the third turtle, and the Blazing Duet going down, and Rim being taken out by Weeping. That's a turtle secured and a kill for the side of Huevo. Super strong on these objectives, and also getting some zoners. The co-altar stolen by Weeping and activated to take out 1804, leaving Honey Mustard in the tower by himself. Oh, just what good focus right now we're seeing for the side of Huevo.
Yeah, we saw them put all their eggs in one basket to Irithel. They rotated her top. She'd have a turret to play around, but when 5 members run up there, you're dead. It doesn't matter. And this is a perfect example of giving the Faramis ultimate away to the Valentina. She can just lay it down on the tower and not take any problems. And I think now we're starting to see all those kills mounting on Martis and then Valentina. The 2 expected positions where we thought were stronger are just a little bit too strong for Irithel right now. Now having 2 deaths, Irithel has been put back, and now Claude's been able to free find. He's got 5 assists. He's building up his itemization, and they're 5k gold ahead. It's looking dire, and they need a good stand for Irithel to do damage.
You just see the wild charge connecting on Durza. Look how much sustainability he has, going against 3 members of OTS and still able to escape and barely with a scratch. You do see Alfred just not having a harder time in the Ling right now. 0, 0, and 2, not able to really secure any of the major objectives. So speaking of objectives, Martin is going in with the decimation and connecting on Honey Mustard. You do see the co-altar activated, but not in time. Tips and Blades going down, trying to chase down Weeping. Will Alfred be able to secure the kill? Down goes Weeping, but at what cost? As Durza secures a kill on Alfred, a 1-for-1 trade. You do see Wu, Rito, and Yuki forced on the retreat, but able to secure a kill. The jungler and the tank down for the side of OTS, and only losing Weeping the mage for Huevo.
right? And when Ling went in for that kill, he gave a lot of away assists as well, right? So it's even more gold over the side of Mama, and we're starting to see that bleed effect of the Mama being able to rotate on your buffs, having so much priority. They're stronger than you. Now they're cutting all of the jungle off. This pushes Ling further and further behind. The rest of the team can't rotate as quickly. This map is dominated by Mama right now. They're setting up for a Lord. Will OTS contest?
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a harder time for OTS in the first 10 minutes of the game. You are looking at a total goal difference of 5,000 right now in the 10-minute mark as well. We've seen Huevo take all 3 turtles, and also, there we go, securing the first Lord of the game.
Yeah, and it's tough here because I'm thinking about, okay, how does OTS come back in this game? They're down 8-5, and that's not that bad, but if you look at the state of the map and the gold and the farm and things like that, it looks pretty bad. So how does OTS win this late game, Weezy?
Well, like we said, we know their damage primarily leans on Arc over there on Irithos, so protecting the marksman. You do see Ling getting some damage, but it's going to have a little bit harder time, especially toward the late. Not even having an easier time, you know, where he's supposed to shine in the beginning, especially against a beefier composition team. You are looking at the builds right now as well. You're looking at Ruby going with the War Axe, trying to do some additional damage for a team. I'm just not sure I don't feel like you should have slotted the Ruby. Man, just not enough damage for the team. They already had the capability for roam on Grok and also sustainability from Faramis, but throwing that Ruby in there as well, it just kind of limits the damage potential of their team. And there we go, Rito able to secure a kill, and the inner turret on the top lane has fallen.
Yeah, but I like the format I'm seeing coming out of OTS. Honey was picked off out of position a little bit and got caught, but Ling is split pushing, and that's exactly what he has to do here. As we see the mid lane, the wave will be pushed out. They won't take too much damage, but Ling has to split. Oh, good pick.
Ooh, the Amafinded able to connect with the Blazing Duet as well. Yugi with the double kill, taking out Executioner, and also taking out 1804, leaving only Alfred to defend. Honey Mustard spawning in as well, but you see the full team of Huevo trying to go for a possible early finish. Will they be able to secure it? They have to do some tower damage. They do have that minion in place. Now minions are gone. They are in the mid tower though. They're going for that inhibitor. Will they be able to secure it? They are able to do it. You do see Co-Alter being activated, possibly a little too early on the side of OTS. And there goes that ultimate, not with really any action. And down goes Alfred to Rito. Honey Mustard trying to escape with barely any HP. 1804 with the zoners on the marksman, trying to do some kills. You do see Blazing Duet connecting. Weeping taking out Rim. Co-Alter being activated by Valentine on the opposite side. Rito securing the kill on Ruby, and down goes the tower. Piece to Huevo for game 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a best of 5. Tune in to these teams practicing, preparing to compete in the next professional tournaments for North America.
A really super clean game from Mama. Like, the kills didn't get too crazy. They were only 10 kills up, but this was an 11-minute game. They played so surgically, took mid lane turret down, got into the jungle, and then starved OTS off of the map. I think Martis has showed he has to be banned up front. I think that's going to be implemented in these next few games. At least I hope it will.
Yeah,
all right, just a note, guys. Give me a second. Because we're both in Discord, during fights and stuff like that, you cannot talk over each other. You can't even be in the background saying, oh my God, or anything like that, because Discord will fuck both of you. So you kind of, when it does this, you kind of have to be patient, let him say it, and then you speak.
Got you.
Until we're in Ninja. Just giving you a heads up for it. That was really good, though. It was very smooth for you guys, both not casting with each other before. Let me go ahead and switch this up.
Yeah, me and Ben are twin brothers.
We're gonna
not the way Private painted you, bro. I can't. I yeah. You
Let me see if these guys. I wasn't doing it on purpose.
I'm humbled. I cannot.
Next NACT, I get to paint Private.
Yes, that's revenge right there.
Nah, it was a good game, man. Yeah, it was some really good casting.
It's just my voice. I'm not actually tired. It's just my voice is worn out from screaming those last few matches, so I'm not really tired.
Man, I'm gonna shoot you a message on Discord real quick. All right?
Are you good? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's going to be right now it's gonna be Ben, you're gonna be on play-by-play, and then Blitz, do we have you in the back? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, you're gonna be on analyst, for right now. So you get to warm up, getting the analyst, and then you'll be doing play-by-play the next one. All right, ready?
Okay.
Yeah, let's run it.
All right, let's go.
Oh, hold on, let me return. I'm not in there. Hold up. I'm
Oh,
good.
you're
bro.
not in there? Okay.
I shot you a message, man. You can just read
All right,
whenever.
all right.
I'm going to wing this.
But it was really good.
Your team is banning.
Yeah, this is
Alright,
that's the only way to
game
learn.
Now,
Alright, so-
I'm ready to see a Martis ban immediately. I don't think that can be allowed to go through again. But I'm really interested to see how game 2, my favorite word of the day, and every time I cast, it's adaptation. When you play these long series, how are you going to change? Once you see the good picks, what beats you, how's it going to change, Blitz?
I didn't.
Oh, there you go. Valentina.
team is banned.
Number 1. Yeah, because Valentina just killed them last game. I didn't... Grabbing Valentina and then them grabbing Faramis wasn't a good idea because you're basically giving them your good ult, Faramis ult. So that's definitely a good ban right there. She was killing them with the Grok ult charge. And I see we got the Diggy ban from Mama Huevos.
So
Yeah, I think
the
they're
left
called
side
Huevos.
is going to be OTS. The right side is the Huevos.
Oh, Huevos. Okay.
Yeah, I expect to see Atlas banned immediately, right? Because there's no way you let Diggy be banned and Atlas go through, right? I'm definitely expecting to see a Martis ban too. I wonder if we'll see a little bit more prioritization placed on Melissa in this game once Martis is out of the picture and some things like that. But I really, like you said, I really didn't like the Fairmist into Valentina. I think you gave away the mid lane completely right there. And so interesting to see how things will change around now. I love the switch up already.
Yeah, if anything, I felt like Faramis would have been better at the roam position.
Yeah, I
Just
agree.
Your
my
team
opinion.
is banning.
We got a Kai ban. Makes sense.
Is that a target ban against Honey himself?
Yeah, Honey is a nasty Kai. Nasty
Yeah.
Atlas too. And there goes the Martis
Your team
ban.
is banning.
Okay, so I think we're now gonna see like a more controlled game that doesn't run away so fast, because I feel like once you give away those S tier picks, it's like, okay, we're good, they're good, but man, they got more bigger, better guns than we do. So
Yes.
hopefully we'll have a more normal game this time.
Yes, for sure, because those meta heroes are very strong.
Interesting to see
Especially
what
after the buffs.
Oh yeah, the fighter buffs, the Balmon. See, I wouldn't expect that to be a ban after his little bit of a nerf. What do you think about that ban here? Aren't there better junglers?
Well, they do that because I know Deez is not. He doesn't have many good junglers. He's just starting new, replacing our old jungler, Cutie. So he's still getting familiar with the heroes, and that's probably one of his top tier junglers. So just trying to get rid of that for him.
Got you. So I love these teams have enough history to know who plays what and pull it out. Now, last time, Claude was taken by Mama, right? And now OTS says, hey, that's off the table. But interestingly, Melissa's still there. And I don't know if they're like baiting a Melissa pick, but I'm pretty sure Melissa dunks on Claude in the lane.
Wow, Faramis wide open. I'm speechless right now. I didn't even see that. Faramis going. Second pick to Mama Huevos. What do you think about that?
I don't care for Faramis as much as I once did. But with Valentina out, it's like, okay, at least we're not giving them over the never die ultimate for my whole team. You know what I mean? So like, it's better now, but we're seeing like flip-flop of matchmaking here. Like last time it was OTS with Faramis. Last time it was Mama with Claude, and these teams have completely switched. Interesting, the Leslie was prioritized over the Melissa, right? Even the Beatrix, and the Leslie isn't something I've seen played a lot at this level, but I'm interested to see how it goes. And Honey on Lolita. I know Honey's good at Lolita.
Yeah, he has a nasty Lolita as well. Very good with Lolita. And Lolita is a good counter to the Faramis ult as well. Slowing them down as they try to have momentum moving forward with his ult.
Got you. The Gushin makes it through though, and we know that's a nasty one. And answered immediately by the Fanny. This is going to be a really micro-intensive game as the mechanics come out between these two teams. That's my favorite part about Mobile Legends, is some of these heroes are super high skill level on the mechanics, and we've got two of them here.
I would love to see a Mincetar XP.
Really?
Yes.
You're not trolling?
No, I'm not trolling. He was buffed. His ult stops Fanny. She won't be able to blink out once she's in his ult, and it would be an interesting pick. I know
Okay,
Deku's
so
he's like a crazy mad scientist, so maybe he might be thinking about it.
who's that? Who's the mad scientist?
Executioner.
Got you. Okay, cool, cool. We haven't seen Pac picked or banned in this series as well, but we keep seeing Fovia's banned. So has Fovia's kind of taken over Pac's position? Because we saw it prioritized in the NACT, and it was a favorite pick from Mobazane, and on the other side, I think it was picked once, and it was banned another time, right? So where's Pac fallen in these games? Do you know if OTS just doesn't play Pac or what?
Yes, I know Executioner does play Pac. It is one of his mains, so maybe he might take it. I'm not sure. He's been playing a lot of different heroes there, but Pac wouldn't be
Interesting.
bad.
Okay. Well, Phobius is banned, so I think it opens up any amount of dash heroes they want. I mean, they got the Gushin, they've got the Lolita. Those are 2 dashes right here, and now they're free to pick whatever dashes they want. Interesting to see what comes out if this Faramus will be played in the roam or if it will be played as a mage. I like that it's like still a little bit flexible. And the Gushin even can be played in the mid, he can be played in the jungle. And there goes the Pac ban. So I am glad to see it. Now we're really down to like the nitty gritty.
Your team is picking.
Dairoth. Now, Dairoth in the off lane, I've heard and seen tiers of picks for like lanes, and Dairoth was stated to be an S tier pick. In my own experience, I don't see that really. I'm saying like more of Leomore, Martis, those type of things, right? But you know Dairoth is going to have so much kill threat in this lane, whoever he goes against, right? And he's playing the Flicker as of now, but maybe it could turn into like an Execute or something to give them early game priority. Oh, maybe the Fredrin's a perfect answer for that. What do you think, Blitz?
Yeah, I think he's gonna go with Fredrin. Fredrin is one hero he does like playing this season, and he mains, and he's very good with him. Well,
Ooh.
maybe not.
Ooh, okay, I love playing Kadena. I think she offers so much threat in bushes. You can't walk up to a bush normally anymore. I think Hylos is just so beefy and strong right now. He gives you such a ridiculous lead in the early game. He's just walk into your jungle, and there's really nothing you could do about it unless like 3 people are there hammering on him, right? And even then, he kind of fancies his chances. I'm curious to see the Kadena Petrify here. We saw that a little bit in NACT, and then after it was played, it was banned because it gave the Valley something they weren't familiar working with, and it really shook them up. Is that a Badang or is that Cho? Who is that? That's Badang? Interesting. So Badang's making his way up to the top tier of fighters now.
I'm trying to figure. All right, so is it Fanny XP or Fanny mid or Badang mid? Badang XP.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm thinking Fanny mid. It's gonna be Badang top.
Rome?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, we'll have to see what these two teams do.
Badang Rome. Oh,
Badang Rome.
Interesting.
I think that kind of makes sense. He has a nasty set now, and he offers a lot of CC, kind of like that Cho, but even a bigger set for the team fight. So I really like that adaptation. I hope to see it come through. It's new, it's fresh. I'm ready to see it.
Oh, that would be interesting. If it works, I'll definitely be copying that as I.
Yeah, me too, me too. All right, game 2 started between Mama and the OTS gang. Round 2. Now, the first round was taken by Mama in a heavy dominating fashion. But this time we have the proper bans in place. I expect to see a much longer game and a much more even game coming out of OTS. They have the right picks this time. They have some people they're comfortable on. So I'm ready to see them rock and roll.
Yes, for sure. OTS trying to clear the wave as fast as possible.
Right, a little bit of a skirmish in the mid lane, and I think that's normal, getting prio in mid lane, pushing it in for your team, letting your jungle get to Letho first, get the jungle first, things like that. And Kadena, though, man, offered, be able to get in, slip out. I'm really excited to see what she can do in the bush because, yeah, Faramus can lay that altar down, but what if it's not in time? And Kadena just rolls it. So it's given over priority to Mama, and this already seems to be a little bit of a lead for coming out from Mama.
Yes, 200 gold lead so far. It's a little slow clear by OTS. Fast rotation from Huevo trying to.
Ooh, Collide is extended down here. Faramus is here with the pull. Leslie goes in for a little bit of damage. It looks like it's not enough. Oh, but Kadena comes in, misses the stun a little bit. He's getting low. Can he get out? It looks like he will escape, and all teams walk away. A little bit of summoners burn and a little bit of pressure put on, but some close calls right there.
Oh, Honey Mustard with the stun on Badang. but he gets away. Fanny is in the bush. Tries to get a gank on the Kadita. Oh, it didn't work. She's very slippery.
Yeah, it feels like Kadita's going to be really hard to pin down in these team fights. It's going to offer a lot of surprise. Like, you pair that with a low lead ultimate, something like that, it's going to be a nasty set from the bush.
Yes. And I found the Hylos pick interesting combination.
Oh, Gushin's going in. Doesn't connect, but is able to scare him off. And I do believe this will give them turtle priority. They're in position early, but Dyreth's already there leashing it. Both teams converge down. Badang's in the bush, putting a little bit of CC on. He does get the double CC, puts a little more pressure on, but Hylos is here. He's tanky as it gets, pushing through. They can't do anything. Gushin does get the ward. Hylos is still pushing in, can't be stopped. And then the Dairoth pushing through, almost gets killed, but Fanny comes through and swipes it up. The big stun from Honey Mustard out of the bush. He does have his ultimate. Kadita cleans up, and it's a massive swing for OTS. The Cold Archer does go down, but here comes Hylos. He's still there, still beefy, still hasn't died. Big swing for OTS right there. Major moves from them coming out in game 2.
Oh yes, for sure. OTS is much more beefier, much more sustainability. That's why they were able to turn around that fight. After Fanny used basically all her stamina.
I'm really happy that this time OTS has taken first turtle. They've set themselves on the map. They're taking priority of the lanes, right? Kadita, easy push, but can get out of ganks. It's a really safe pick, and this Faramus isn't going to offer any kill threat whatsoever on that, right? Oh, we do have a pause at so I wonder what's wrong, but let's talk over what's just happened. I think this is a complete switch of what happened in game 1. You see OTS has taken it to him saying, hey, you don't have the OPs anymore. You got to fight me straight up.
Yes, I definitely agree. Even though they have one OP hero in Faramis, and the Bedang roam is very interesting. I hope it don't feel a little trollish.
Yeah, it could
We'll
be,
see.
right? But it
Yeah.
hasn't been thus far. Honestly, I think he went into that fight at the turtle and did exactly his job. Provided space and CC and gave the team more time to work. So far, I'm kind of digging it. I like it. It's new, it's fresh, and I love to see cool new picks. Like off-lane Fannies, I mean, we're all a fan of that after Vendetta played into the Valley and stole a game away from them, right? So I think this is a really cool draft, and I'm excited to see like how this matures. Now that, I mean, the gold isn't like too separate. They're 400 up. They got a turtle. They have a little bit of position on the map, but nothing really that either team has over the other.
No, not right now. It's a little early to call.
Yeah, so maybe we get a word from production on what the pause is exactly, and we can give you guys an update on what's going on there. I think Honey made a big difference being level 4 from the bush there and flickering in with that ultimate. It was a big stun and completely changed the course of that team fight. That was a big play from Honey. Got him 2 assists. I think the kills whenever Hylos has a kill and Kadita has a kill. I would much rather that kill like be on Gushin, right? But still, one on Kadita is good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we're waiting on Private Dancer to see if they're messaging him. It was Huevo who requested the pause.
Okay.
Possibly a little bit of lag connection. Private, do you have any info on that?
Yes, I have absolutely squat. I'm just waiting for them to respond back to it. Hey, well, while we're at this pause, guys, Ben, if a fight's gonna come out, you can interrupt, but interrupt with a reaction. Oh my God, give him a second to stop, because if you talk over each other, that's like the what you don't want to happen is talking over each other. So to just interrupt it with a reaction also, and then Blitz, make sure fight's breaking out, just you can just pass it off, be like, oh, there's a fight happening down at bottom, then pass it off, you know what I mean? Okay. Don't be afraid to interrupt your thoughts. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get back into it. I think it looks like they're good.
Go ahead, Blitz. You start over here.
Well, we're back in it. Alfred with the little wonder. Kadita clearing mid. They're gonna try to rotate towards gold, OTS. But then trying to provide some vision. Honey Mustard with his first kill on Bedang. Huevo with 3 members down.
Take a Blitz for a second. Let me show my daughters.
Take it over, Blitz.
Oh. And Rem with the kill. Lolita's ult on Bedang, but he gets away.
All right, sorry about that, Blitz. Dogs are going crazy. All right, what did I miss? We got another kill on the board? Who got it? Oh, Kadita got another
Weeping.
kill? That's actually big. That's massive. So Kadita now has a lot of kill threat going in, and with the Petrify, it's so much easier to execute. Oh, I missed a kill. All right, well, back to what I was saying. Kadita now has a little bit of mid-range. They do gank him. He does flicker out, but dang, escapes away just barely. The Petrify wasn't actually up and available for Kadita to make that play, but with 2 kills, she has kill threat on just about every hero on the map right now.
Yes, and OTS setting up right now for the turtle. Looks like they will get it. Fables letting it fall nowhere near it.
Okay,
There's
so
a
another
2v1 at the
turtle.
bottom lane.
Oh. Another turtle goes over to Gushin, and that's now the second turtle. OTS has really stamped their authority on the map thus far, and I don't think they like fall off in the late game. Claude is there to carry the late game potential, so this is really good for OTS to be ahead. A little bit of a skirmish in the mid. There is a big pick, and Badang will not escape this time. Pick from that Kadita. She did have Petrified this time. Another death. I didn't even see. So Claude is getting ganked over here. The Fanny comes down and makes it happen. Or was that Leslie? It was the Fanny. Okay. And the Leslie just gets out barely. Now Gushin's chasing. May have enough damage. But now Darrow's here to play back. And Gushin does take it. He's under the turret. Will he get it? He does get it. And he's out. Out for playing out of his mind right now. Taking a kill under turret and escaping. Oh, but here comes Honey Mustard. With the Kadita, the stun has a little bit more damage. Doesn't have Petrify available. And now it's back to Badang. We see why he was chosen. Comes in with a big CC and answers them. And this is a total back and forth now. Teams need to surf like, but here comes Claude. It just doesn't stop. They actually traded back again, killing Dairoth Kadita with another kill. Now 3-0. Mama's really low on the turret. Will they dive on it here? Kadita goes for it, does not connect, but it's a great another step for OTS.
Oh yeah, for sure. Can we talk about how big that wall is from Badang's skin? It's
Yeah.
so huge. Well, OTS taking bottom tower.
All right, well, we're a little bit into the game, and I think the biggest itemization I can see coming out is on Kadita. Completing these big item breakpoints, has a few kills under her belt, and now can afford some big ticket items. Both her and Gushin are stacking with that first item, and Kadita actually skipped clock to go for more of a damage pressure item, and I think that's really smart for her right now. She's got a couple kills under her belt. She needs to continue to be that threat. Over on the Mama side, we've only seen one really completed item coming out for Dairoth and then Fanny.
Thing with the set, trying, but OTS gets away. And the Claude goes down, top lane.
Again, really punishing that Claude. He has to play a little bit more safer. They're focusing really hard because this is going to give over turtle priority to them. They're going to get turtle contest free right here. And this is the first one for Mama. Oh, wait. Oh my goodness. He comes in and steals it immediately. Will the fight trade out, though? And they're able to get away. Again, this Gushin is styling right now. Turtle steals. Kills under the turret. He's actually going crazy. Oh, another. He goes back in. He may get caught this time. I think he got a little greedy on last one. Will Kadita be able to come? But Kadita now stuck out a little bit. Oh, man, this Gushin's got me going crazy. I can't even keep up with him on the camera.
Yeah, D started jungling with him this season not too long ago. And he's gotten really good with him. I played a couple rake matches. And Gushin is really good this season with his buff.
Uh-oh, it looks like the mid lane a little bit of trouble, but that might have caught Honey out, actually. They have the Badang CC coming in, and will Honey have to burn the Flicker? That's going to be big in the next coming team fights. Honey's not going to have that Flicker ultimate to set up these big stuns. This Badang is looking really good. What do you think so far about it, Blitz, with this Badang roam?
So far so good. He's provided zone, he's provided sets. He's 1-1-1, so he hasn't died. I like it.
It's paying off so far,
so
right?
good.
We haven't
So
seen it
far,
picked
so
out
good.
and gone. Ooh, Fanny with a big pick. Oh my goodness. Fanny actually doing the same thing Gushin's doing. Who can do it better right here? Gushin, you see, he's on the 2 and 3. He's fed a couple of kills over Kadita, but Fanny, that high and dry, man, you do not want to be stuck in that off lane under a turret, anything, you're not safe. A little bit of a try from Mama to catch. I want to see Hylos more in these fights, and I think that's what he's doing. He's walking in and just bullying with his health bar. I think that's what he needs to do. We've got a little bit of bush gank set up here. I don't think that Mama's going to take the bait because there's like no real need to. There's no objectives over there they need to really get into. They've got priority to the top lane. It doesn't make sense for them to check that bush, but I like that they sent Faramis in first, right? Check it out. See what's there, and they found him directly.
Yes. It looks like they're trying to zone out now for Lord.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little early for Lord, but Fanny is going in, doing a little bit of harassment, continues to go in. She does have the blue buff. She's cutting in, got a little bit of damage. She's got to get out on that. And this Fanny's so fast. She's like Mikasa in the middle of the city. I can't keep up. And they've started Lord up. So Lord's at half health right now, and they're completely zoning them out. They've got Badang and Faramus over here completely zoning, and they're going to take this uncontested. So while OTS has had almost all but one turtle, Mama just walks in and takes the Lord. It seems like we've had a little bit of a shift in this game state. OTS is playing a little bit more back, and the gold lead is slid in their favor of Mama as well.
I mean, this Fanny is just wreaking havoc right now. 5-1, literally carrying the team. They have no answer for her. She's just going in, going out, doing as she pleases.
Yeah, I think they have to not fight in jungles here, right? Because Fanny's just going to pop somebody in all these corridors, but also with the high and dry, you can't be caught out alone, right? And Fanny's just doing an incredible job. They took this straight out of Vendetta's book, and they don't make it look as good, but it's damn near close.
Oh, yeah. I feel like Weeping could be our ex-member,
big
Cutie.
fight coming in. Badang's set does miss. Fanny's been CC'd. They do finally knock the Fanny down, and they're looking at a 2-kill lead right now. 2 for 0 so far, and the Gushin engages back on the Badang. The Badang's gonna be taking care of the side lane. They push them back. That Lord push was actually just a bait. OTS said, sure, take the Lord. Come down mid lane, meet us at the inhibitors, and we got him.
Big turnaround right there, especially because they took out the Fanny right away, their damage dealer. But I feel like they do need to play a little safe. They're not too far in gold, about 1,000, I mean. So the game could still be up for anybody, up for grabs. Late game, though, we got to be careful for the Leslie.
Yeah, I think she
She
provides a
gets
little bit of
hard.
that Fanny threat, right? That, ooh, I don't know where they're at. Pop, you're dead. It's over.
Yeah,
Because Fanny, once she gets to that level 15, like 4 item mark, she's going to be killing it. Speaking of items, let's check in. The gold is close. We don't see a little bit of action. See some more item completions. Big defense. Actually, Clock of Destiny for the Hylos. He's going to be a beefy boy. Gushin got his second item. He's working on his 30. He's really close. And then Kadita, the 3-0. Hasn't got any more kills, but has been involved and got some assists. Over on the Mama side, it's all Fanny. Everything goes into Fanny right now. And it looks like a little bit of fight mid. The Badang CC doesn't catch anybody, and they decide to disengage. It seems like a big back and forth. I believe this next team fight will dictate the course of the game.
For sure. Huevo does have most of their towers. They only lost 1 tower. But we are to that point to where a team wipeout could definitely change that.
Yeah, I want to see Fanny get back in the side lane, right? Create pressure over there. Not be good, but she's getting blue buff right now. I think that's perfect. And Mama, again, starting up this Lord, getting position and saying, walk into us. The Badang and the Faramus are there for a big set. It's up to OTS now to navigate through all these bushes of darkness.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially because OTS Marksman is moving around with precaution, bush to bush, next to all his teammates, because that Fanny just comes in and takes him out anytime she sees him on the map.
The Badang's walking back, but the OTS has gained vision now. There's a mid push going on. Fanny's going to go for the split push while this is all going down, splitting OTS's attention. Now, Leslie and Dyrith are still unchallenged again. OTS retreats and gives over another Lord and loses the turret. Will Fanny pay the price? It looks like she may be able to snake a kill, and she does go down. But 1 kill for a Lord and a turret, mid lane inhibitor at that. It's a great trade for Mama. Excellent gameplay from Mama, splitting the attention of OTS and breaking up this team.
Now, if this Lord comes to the inhibitor again without their Fanny, we'll see if we'll see a repeat of what happened last time.
That's true. That's true. OTS was like, hey, you can get the turret. Oh, Claude
Oh,
gets
but there
picked
goes
again.
Claude.
Not again. He's having a rough game on Cloud 1-5. You want him to be your late game insurance, but it's just not there right now. A little bit of an engage right here. OTS is taking the fight. It's been laid down by Faramus. They're not going to die right now. Alfred's been taken low, but will finally go down. Leslie takes the kill on him. Dyrith in the backline. Honey hasn't been taken low. And Badang does shut down the Canadian in the background. This is a full push from Mama. And they've got the Lord. They finish it here, I believe.
And this is GG.
Pushing in with the Lord, a little bit left on it. They have plenty of time here. Fanny's gonna clean up the kill in the off lane, and it's an easy game for Mama. Man, when that momentum turned about the 10-minute mark, they did not let up from that. OTS was doing a great job in the early game, but somewhere around that 10-minute mark, they really lost priority and vision on those neutral objectives, and getting those couple of lords, man, they just dominated. That engage right there was so smart. They didn't allow themselves to be pushed back into the base, which happened last time they got caught. They found him in the jungle with that Fanny and really did work.
Yeah, and Huevo didn't allow the marksman of OTS to get anything. He was ganked constantly and put under pressure. So I know Gushin was doing really well early game, so was Kadita, but they lacked that late game, and that's because that Fanny was just shutting him down early.
And we're gonna cut in here right now. Not as easy as it looks, huh, Blitz?
No, I know that for sure already. Ben was just eating me alive. No, I love you, Ben. Yo, thank you, man.
I got you, baby. I got you.
You saving me.
I got you.
You were so good.
I want to throw a shout out to Pika and Zero, who are with us up on Twitch as well. What we're doing right now is we're just doing scrims between the Huevo and OTS right now, and throwing in some caster practice as well. So
shout out to Pika.
We're gonna go. I'm not gonna go ahead with the critiques yet. We'll do that. We'll save that for the end, so that these guys can get their matches through as well. So right now it is going to be Wheezy on analyst. And are you gonna feel comfortable with doing play-by-play, Blitz?
The play-by-play is when the team fights are happening, right?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, I'm more confident.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna be
all right. All right, Blaze. Wheezy, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. We're gonna go ahead and get ready.
Carry me, Weezy.
Oh wait, let me change this to team 1, and then we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as Dave would say, humans and past alike. We are jumping into game 3. We did see Huevo with a phenomenal fashion finish with the Luminous Lord play and the wipeout. They've won 2-0. This is best of 5. So OTS kind of has to step it up into third gear to be able to remain in this series. This is practice for both sides, also practice for the casters. So appreciate everybody that's representing for North America and everybody that's also here between all of the live streams. But looking on both sides, let's talk about the draft. What do you think we need to see going into game 3 from OTS Blitz?
Well,
come on, Dexter.
well, there goes the Claude ban. I'm not sure about that ban.
Now Akai enters the
Your
scene.
team is banning.
We do see Akai being picked off as well. We see the Diggy. Normally when we see this kind of similar fashion of drafting, we expect an Atlas to be taken out. Maybe OTS bans that. I'm not sure that's something they want to allow. But like we said, common things that are not being banned right now. The Faramis, also the Valentina, possibly a Fanny. Maybe needing to respect ban Weeping after game 2. And there we go. There goes the Fanny ban on the side of OTS.
That's what I wanted to say because I was trying to think about last game. But yeah, it was just that Fanny that really killed them. And to be honest, Weezy, I think that Fanny could be our former jungler, Cutie.
It's
he did
possible.
join Huevo.
Yeah, you do see Fanny being taken out nice and early in the draft, but what opportunities does this create for both sides? You see Huevo taking out the Atlas. Now the question is, how will OTS respond? You do see
Maybe the Martis. I think that would be a great ban.
yeah, Martis definitely a force to be reckoned with. The anti-CC is very hard. We did see Huevo on the Martis jungler paired against Alfred with the Ling and didn't really have too much of an issue. So Martis being a flex pick, it could be banned here, but there we go. We see the Valentina being taken off, but this allows for Ramus to be on the board. And is this a pick that Huevo wants to lock in nice and early?
Well, it worked out for them last game. I don't see why not. It's a very strong pick.
Yeah, the Cult Altar, definitely hard to deal with. But I feel like there are workarounds, right? Let them take the Faramis. You can also go the Estus route. You can go something that can kind of keep up with the heals. So I'm really interested to see what OTS does to respond to this Faramis pickup. Now, looking at the side of OTS, I would say they just had a harder time shutting down the Fanny in game 2, but the synergy was there. Sometimes it was a little bit too greedy of plays by Alfred, especially after securing a kill, but also going behind enemy line. So we have to see them play a little bit safer, keep the synergy up, keep the rotations going, and focus on these little objectives in the early game. Honey Mustard locking in Lolita. Do we see a possible blacklist composition? We've seen them pull out Lolita and Lilia picked up against the Faramis, and there we go! Looks like OTS is prepping for a possible blacklist strat.
There goes the Martis. Martis so good. Also, it gives a lot of flex picks for Huevos with the Faramis. He could either go Mage and they grab another Roam, or he can go Roam and they grab a Mage. Interesting to see what they do.
I will say for OTS, I'm expecting to see a possible Claude pickup for them. We've seen this work out on Blacklist side, but the question is, will this be something that works implemented on the NA server? You do see Weeping picking up the Gushin, one of the hardest fighters to deal with this season, especially when you have full magic defense able to tear apart anybody in front of him. Looking at the side of OTS, they do have their final pick before we go into the second ban phase. Now, the question is, who do you take? There's still some good junglers out there. You have the Leomore jungle, which is at a very strong force inside of this season. We've seen Badang dominating in the EXP lane, even inside of some of these matches for this series. You also got to look at more common picks. Not a lot of people are really picking the Ballman anymore, so maybe not a Ballman pickup here, but maybe I'm expecting a possible Claude, and that would complete the blacklist strat for the side of OTS, and that would also guarantee their early and late game. But no, 1804 Arc locks in the Mia. How do you feel about that, Blitz?
I'm still mixed about the Mia pick. I've still yet to see what she's done in the high Elio gameplay, and it'd be interesting. But I don't really understand it yet.
Well, I will say Arc, we've seen him, you know, just a little bit of lore and background. I do play with OTS, squad I've built from the ground up. I've seen Arc run the Mia, and it's worked out really well in his favor. Be able to disappear when things get a little bit tricky, especially when you're going against that Gushin, you're going against that Martis. He can kind of escape with little penalty, and maybe that's his plan. He does run the Inspire on it as well to have that fast damage, which might be what they need to kind of shred down that Faramis Cult Altar. But it's going to be dependent on not allowing Gushin to get behind him and take him out. Now, there we go. We do see Ballman being banned from the side of Fuevo, trying to limit the junglers that Alfred has at his disposal.
Yeah, another thing I wanted to say about the Mia pick, probably her ult to run out of that Faramis ult when they ult to be able to get away. So we'll see. Maybe it'll work out.
Now, looking at the side of OTS, we know they still need a jungle, and they also need an XP lane. You're looking at the side of Fuevo, they have two flex picks. They have the Martis and the Gushin. Gushin can run in the mid lane, also works well in the jungle, and possibly flex to the EXP. Martis as well. We've seen Martis roam, we've seen Martis XP and jungle, so I'm liking the flex capability. And then on top of that, running the Faramis, which is a flex pick too. So they have three flex picks that they can rotate into any position primarily on their side. So I would say it is looking like a strong draft for them, but on the side of OTS, you can't count them out. I'm liking what I'm seeing right now. They do have the damage potential. We did see them lacking damage in game 1, had so much of a sustainability composition and not enough damage to keep up with Fuevo, but this game's going to be a little different. We do have to see what both sides are going to lock in for the second pick phase of the draft. You do see Fredrin being banned out for the side of Fuevo.
Yeah, they do that because they know Executioner runs Fredrin. He's a good Fredrin. It's not many XP he's running this season.
Well, looking at what's available in terms of going more in the favor of meta, yeah, you do have Paquito available. You have Yuzong. We've seen Bedang being picked up a lot. I would say it's not really too much of an issue finding a fighter to kind of fit with whatever their team captain is trying to draft up here. For those who don't know, Executioner kind of leading the way for their drafting phase of this. So we're going to see what they're kind of planning on. And there we go. A strong pick for the jungle. Alfred locking in the Leomord.
I honestly think Bedang probably would have been a better pick because of his second. Would definitely be a stop to that Faramis ult. And, you know, he's also CC immune with his ult. So I would have liked to see the Bedang, honestly.
Well, I'm expecting this Leomord to be jungle, so you can still see the Bedang. It might still be pulled out, but I'm not sure if that's the route they want to go, because then they'll have a lot of physical and only one magic. So maybe seeing more of a magic damage dealer for the side of OTS, and maybe what we have in our hands. But looking at the side of Huevo, locking in the Leslie. We are seeing a Leslie and a Mia in the gold lane. How times have changed for the meta of MLBB in A. And then Wu finishing off the draft for the side of Huevo with Belleric.
So do you think what do you think this is? Belleric XP or Belleric Roam? Faramis mid? Gushin mid?
I'm expecting this to be Belleric Roam, Faramis mid, Gushin jungle, and to finish it off, I'm gonna see possibly Martis in the EXP lane. But if it's not Martis XP, then it may be Martis in the jungle and Gushin in the EXP lane. But like you said, there's just so many options on how they could play this out. But you got to look on who they're going against. You see Executioner picking up the Benedetta. We know Benedetta's split push capability and also able to provide opportunities through cuts during the early phases of the match. So we got to look at what do we have at our disposal from both sides. Looking at
I just
OTS,
don't see her so valuable in team fight. I'm sorry.
So looking at Benedetta, we got to see, why do you pick her? She has the ability to cut lanes, also using that Electo and also taking out minions super fast, and able to escape in tricky situations with that skill 2 immunity to CC. So the question is, who is she running against in the EXP lane? You know, you do have Gushin Weeping. You also have Belleric on Wu. So we got to see who is she going to go against. But I still see
I just want to
Benedetta
cut in for 1 moment here, guys. Just to add in Wheezy, 6 minutes and 10 minutes. Go ahead and throw out the items. Try to go ahead and get in there. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, you see Benedetta on the bottom side, and his is going to be against Weeping. So this is going to be an interesting lineup. An assassin versus assassin. Who can clear the minions? Who will win in this trade? In the mid lane, you are seeing Durza over there on the Faramis against Rim on the Lilia on the top side. Mia versus a Leslie, not your traditional marksman you see picked up in the tournament fashion. But today, ladies and gentlemen, we may see history in the making. You do see potential invade from Huevo, something they specialize in and has worked in previous matches, going for that red buff. You do see a little bit of zonage from Durza as well.
How are you trying to zone them out? Ooh. And I think Rito got the buff. He retreated. So Huevo with the buff. And they left. They're leaving.
So it looks like Huevo was able to secure that buff over on Alfred again. OTS having a hard time protecting these objectives in the jungle, which will cause a slight delay for Alfred. You got to have a little bit more protection from him. But speaking about protection, possible clash in the mid lane, but Wu able to get out with Durza. Looking on the bottom side, not too much really going on, but right now we have to see a little bit heavier prioritization on these little objectives to protect your jungle for the side of OTS.
Yeah, because the invasions will kill them early. Especially, you don't want to give Martis the snowball.
Now, looking on the side of Huevo, if we look at their draft, the damage is there. They have Leslie for late. They have, you know, Weeping on that Gushin, and we've seen how well he's been playing so far, even on that Fanny, just a master of his craft in the Assassins. Looking in objective-wise, we see Rito going in for the turtle with no contest, and Weeping with some zonage to go in for a clash.
Oh. Okay, Weeping with first blood. on OTS, killing Alfred.
Yeah, Alfred taken out again, and this is what we're talking about. No protection on the jungle. You got to look at what is going on while he's being invaded. You see, you know, Honey Mustard, you see Rim clearing minions, but allowing the jungler to die. And right now, you just have
and
almost one
Fuego
forward.
ganking top lane with the altar, Thurza. It doesn't look like much happening. OTS able to defend.
You do see Arc on the recall going back. Rito far behind enemy line, securing another objective from the jungler of OTS, taking his red buff. Man, just such a strong early presence from the side of Fuego right now.
Yeah, not much happening right now. OTS just trying to play safe, clear their lanes. Honey Mustard trying to protect the marksman.
You do see a clash on Honey Mustard, though. Wu on the chase and the taunt, but not able to really do much for the tank of the side of OTS. But on the bottom side, like we said, we wanted to see how this Benedetta fared off against Weeping, and the clash going down.
And Benedetta getting away. Weeping can't get her. She's so evasive.
You do see Proxy of the lane from the side of Fuego, prepping for a possible clash, and also allowing, you know, some advantage on the map for their team. Just maintaining that pressure in the gold lane right now. Now, looking at Weeping.
Weeping bottom lane. Nothing much happening. At the top, we have Rem trying to do some damage, push them back.
Yeah, you definitely see the heavier presence from the side of Fuego. Not afraid to go behind enemy lines, having that Gushin able to hide in the bush for some potential one-shot finishes. Definitely going to have to watch out for that on the side of OTS for all members. Rito able to take a major objective in the early game, taking the turtle, also securing buffs from the side of OTS from Alfred, delaying his jungle even more. Now, let's look at a little bit of the items as we are going into the 5-minute mark. You're looking at more of the magic damage build for the side of Faramis. He has the arcane boots. He's building some CDR with the enchanted talisman, but Gushin with the damage as well. You know, you have glowing wand being picked up. Also, you have the arcane boots. So some serious magic damage nice and early for their team. Looking at the side of OTS, Lilia with the CDR build, going for the magic shoes, trying to have, you know, more CDR, but a clash in the top lane.
Catch the top lane, Rito taking out Arc. Weeping taking out Honey Mustard. And Thurza going in with the pull on Rem. And she's able to survive. But Woo right there in the bush. Surprise.
And down goes Rim. Definitely good placement for the side of Fuego right now. I feel like they're just getting every objective that they want with little contest. And we're seeing OTS being placed more in the reactionary phase for this match. They have to kind of try and dominate and turn the game around in their favor. Right now, 4-1 with a 3,000 gold lead in the favor of Fuego. You do see Martis with the jungle emblem, you know, compared against the Alfred on the Leomord with the killing spree. Speaking of both teams, a possible proxy of lane, maybe you see some potential possible play from Fuego trying to secure this first tower in the gold lane.
Yes, they're setting it up. OTS defending, hiding well. Honey Mustard with the ult, lock, and load. It's a good set.
There's able to take out Alfred as well. Possible classic conceal play.
Conceal. Honey Mustard with the stun on Thurza. Thurza with the Kulturot. Rem doing a lot of damage, pushing them back.
And there we go. Another major objective taken from the side of Huevo taking another turtle. But you have to see OTS have some answers. If you're allowing these objectives to be pushed in, you have to answer by taking towers. And speaking of towers, another objective for the side of Huevo, taking the first tower on the EXP lane for Weeping on the Gushin. You do see a potential bush play, Weeping trying to get some vision. You see Alfred going for that buff. Do they know he's there? Benedetta checking the bush, but
And
down
Weeping
he goes.
with the gank on Executioner. Rito coming in trying to save Weeping. And Rito now taking the buff. And he secured it. Yukon ticking out. 1804.
You do see Yuki taking a tower on the top side. These towers are dropping left and right for OTS right now.
Alfred 4v1 taken out. Ooh, trying to zone out so they could take the top tower. Benedetta with the Petri. Arc coming in with the Inspire, but taken out by Weeping. And that is a 4-man wipeout by Huevo at the top lane. Go ahead, Weezy.
Yeah, definitely a hard clash to go into, and leaving only Honey Mustard on the side of OTS. The tower does drop, leaving only the inhibitors for the mid and the top lane. Looking at Huevo, looking at the map, they have a lot of insurance right now in terms of towers. They have the ability to mess up and not really be too much of a penalty for them. Looking at the items as we getting closer to the 10-minute mark, it's just looking really good. In terms of gold, they're up by 8,000 gold. That's a lot of items in their favor. Divine Glaive, Glowing Wand being picked up by Gushin. He has so much magic damage capability right now. It's going to be very hard to deal with if caught in a bush with him. Looking at the side of Leslie as well, she does have that Berserker's Fury, that crit, and also that Endless Battle. Only Berserker's Fury and Windtalker built on the Mia, so she definitely has more damage capability right now for the side of Huevo. So if you are OTS right now, you have to play safe. Try and turn the tide in your favor. Allow them to play your game. Defend. Let them push minions in. And if they want to be greedy and continue to push the minions, take the gold from it. No more solo playing. It's a little too late for that. You have to play safe and take the farm that Huevo allows.
Yeah, and OTS has no magic damage whatsoever. Honey now, has been building Radiant, but has yet to finish it. And, yeah. Lord coming up right now in mid lane.
Oh, you see it can still play over there by the side of Huevo. They are going to take this into turret. Clash going in on the tower.
Coming in, stun on Weeping. Beleric with his ult. Fairmiss with his ult. Rito coming in with the double kill. And they take down the Lord, OTS. Defending
Lord
well.
does fall, but at what cost? They're losing another inhibitor. Nobody going for that minion, and down it goes. No inhibitors are left for the side of OTS. Definitely trade working in the favor of Huevo. Now the question is, will they be able to secure the deal? Will this be, a signed contract for the win? Like we said, this is a best of 5, and right now Huevo in the lead with 2 games. So if they win game 3, they will win the series in a sweep. You have to see OTS play on the heavy defensive stance right now, as they have no towers in their favor. Now, usually when the situation happens, you see one or two things. Either the winning side playing too aggressively, allowing farm, and losing these fights, considering that OTS can run right back to that tower to heal up. Another thing we see is it working possibly in Huevo's side if they do secure a kill from the overextension of OTS outside of that tower. Now, the question is, what will we see? We see Electo from Executioner. Clash going in!
Fairmiss with his ult. Rito with the kill on Lodita. The kill on Alfred. Durza with the kill on Rem. Yuki with the kill on Executioner, and that's GG.
And there you go, ladies
I want to
and
say
gentlemen.
something, because that Benedetta, like I said, was just not good. Well, I would have liked to see a bit thing, but the Benny was useless.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was the best of 5, and Huevo does secure the win, 5-17. We've seen them with the heavy presence and the objectives, the turtles, the lore plays, invading the jungler, stealing the buffs with no contest from the side of OTS.
Get a draft, honestly.
Like we said, this is practice, though. These teams are preparing for future tournaments and leagues for Mobile Legends Bang Bang North America. Also, the casters, we're getting some practice in. One big happy family. So let us know how you guys felt about that. We will definitely be continuing this in the future, but I'm just glad to be here, guys.
Nice.
Shout out to both of the teams competing today. Hopefully they compete more in the future and just work on the things that we've seen today and perfect their craft even further.
Yes, I want to say thank you for the opportunity for casting. Thank you, Private. Thank you, Easy. Thank you, Ben, for helping me.
I love you, baby.
And hopefully the viewers are nice to me. But I'll try to improve and get better over time. I just got thrown into the ocean.
Yeah. So I'll give you guys. Are you going to continue cast or streaming, Wheezy?
I can cut it. I can
mute mine. Go ahead, bro.
Oh no!
Yeah,
all right, so guys, if you guys are watching the, well, you don't have to mute it right now, but if you guys are watching the NASL channel, guys, we do have some events planned coming up here during December, so it's not going to be a lonely month before M4, so keep your eyes peeled for that. If you don't have if you're on Twitch, the NASL Discord is !NASL, and I did just post it in the YouTube, though I think it's in the description as well, so please join the Discord and keep up to date with what we're going to be having coming up this December. But we're going to go ahead and knock it off here so that I can go ahead and give some critiques and stuff like that. And we're gonna go ahead and cut out, but thank you guys so much for joining us here, and hopefully we're gonna have a lot more, and we're gonna get a little bit more organized in the future with our scrims for you guys as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and toss it out here from the OBS, and I hope you guys have a good night. Tomorrow's Friday, week's already over, so get some time for some rest soon.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from the man with the plan, the king of the potatoes. I'm going to cut my stream too. We will be live tomorrow for a 4-hour stream, so definitely tune into that.